What up? What up? What's up? Where does that come from? If y'all don't know where that comes from, I don't know what to tell you. What's happening, good people, man? Welcome to the latest episode of Terrible Towel Tuesday. I am your host, SimFBallCritic, SimFBallCritic for short. What's happening? As you can see, I'm excited. I'm exuberant. I'm happy. You know why? Because football is back. Pads are on. Dudes are getting hit. Dudes are making unbelievable catches. Some people are getting hurt. But man, I am ecstatic. We close. Do y'all realize? We have a preseason game coming up next week. First preseason game, even though it's not the Steelers, is happening this weekend if I'm not mistaken. But us get to see football happen next week, man. And yes, I will be doing a post-game show for that. But what's happening, everybody? Hope everybody is doing great. Hope everybody is well. Thank you for tuning in like always. Let me cut on my little timer. And we're going to get right into it, man. So let's look at the early commenters first and foremost. Give me 2 shakes of a rattlesnake and I will get to it. Mark Cunningham. Hello, Miss Lanisha. Miss Lanisha in the building. How you doing? We're a little too bright here. Hold on. There we go. Still trying to work my new lens, man. I got to do some research on it. Let me tell y'all a little something about me. Sometimes I just cut stuff on and I figure it out. That's just who I am. Sometimes I do read instructions for certain things. Like my wife and I, we put together her closet. We built her IKEA closet, the PAX model. For anybody that wants to know what that is, go look it up. We had to read the instructions for that. But with electronics and stuff, I just cut it on and figure it out. And then, I will go to YouTube University or what have you and figure out some of the nitty gritty details after I've had my hands on it. So I say that just so you guys know, if you're seeing differences in this lens, it's a better lens. So I'm probably looking so fresh and so clean. Shout outs to Outkast, because this lens is rather clear. But I'm learning that the aperture as well as the exposure seems to be changing on its own. So I got to figure it out. I switched it to manual and I think I'm okay now, but it seems like it brightens and it, it dims on its own. So I got to figure out what's happening with the lens. So that's just me rambling, keeping you guys informed. So let's get back to it. Miss Lanisha. Hello, Miss Lanisha. Thank you for tuning in. Guys, make sure you take time out and say hello to our lovely ladies. And Lanisha, of course, is one of them. Ron Simpson Gaming, my man, Nobe412. Why Diggy, my man, Why Diggy in the building. My man, C. Antoine Hill. Who else we got up in here? What's good, Brian Williams? Who else? The infamous Tim. What's up, man? Jersey boy in the building. Mark Irish. Yes, he is. GP is him. He is him. Himothy, as they say on the Joe Budden podcast. That's hilarious. He is Himothy. I love that. Who else is up in the building here, man? James Trasvant. Jared Devil in the building. Gavin Carr in the building. Who else we got up? It just skipped on me, so I think I just skipped a few names, but all the way down to father-in-law Leonard in the building. What's up, father-in-law? Pop, as the kids call him. Brian Shaw, Austin Johnson, Cutboy 412, Ollie Howard, and we'll end it right there. And if I missed you, my bad. Don't charge it to, I didn't mean to do it. I didn't mean to do it. My bad. But let's get right to it, man. We got some things to talk about. Let me get to my notes here and figure out where I want to start. Definitely got a few things to discuss. Like I said, man, first day of practice in terms of pads, and it should be exciting. If you haven't already, again, I'm always going to plug and shout out people who do great work. I also like to cite my sources, so to speak. You guys know I am not a Steelers website, nor am I a Steelers beat writer, nor am I a local reporter, nor am I a journalist. So a lot of times I get my information same way you guys do. You look at the internet, you look at videos, you look at respectable sites, and then we come here and talk about it. You know, again, I don't have the ability to get this information myself. So because that's how it is, I'm always going to give credit and show my love and respect to, you know, where I get information from. And that's just me. That's just me as a man. I'm not going to act like I know something and don't give credit. So I say all that to say this. Hold on. Round of applause. We got a donation. Round of applause. Round of applause. We appreciate that. The infamous Tim, man. Thank you for the donation. Let's stop, pause, and read his comment. He says, the past 5 years, we haven't had a consistent starting middle linebacker. Not necessarily a star, but someone like Edmonds where we knew he's the starter. Well, we knew he's the starter every year. Okay. I see exactly what you're saying, man. You know, even some people weren't always great. Weren't great about, feeling great, I guess I would say, about a guy like Edmonds, but you're correct. You know, he may not have been a superstar, but he was a constant, and we knew what we were getting. Cannot say that about the middle linebacker position. I can't disagree with you at all. You're absolutely correct. And it's a little concerning in some ways because, if I'm not mistaken, well, I was about to say something that wasn't true. I got to go back on my word. Listen to what I was about to say. And it's a shame that I can even say this. This means that this guy was rather quiet. Hold on. Video is frozen. Hold on, guys. What happened? Hold on. Video is frozen. Let's see if I can unfreeze it. Give me 2 seconds. Y'all going to see me fiddling around with a different camera, and then it's should come back to me. Hold on, boys and girls. 1 second. Let's see what's the happenings here. I will keep talking. I hate to keep talking because I want you guys to see what it is I'm talking about. Oh, I see what happened here. Well, good people, we don't have a camera. But actually, hold on. Give me a second. Talk among yourselves. That's why I have more than one camera. We got another donation. Hold on, guys. Give me a second. Let's see if I can get this to work. Because the show ain't the show if you can't see a brother. Right? Hold on. Nope. So the DSLR is not going to work. Hold on. Bear with my. Hold on. Talk amongst yourselves. I got to step away for a second and see if I can grab this other camera. Have no fear. The backup camera is here. Hold on. Hold on. Sorry about this, guys. But hey, we're going to get it figured out. Just got to make sure it cuts on. And I will be to you here in a moment. The problem is, guys, as I'm talking, my real camera, for whatever reason, the computer is supposed to power it. But every now and then, every once in a blue moon, it decides to not power. And that's what just happened. So it cut off on us. But now I got to go back to the webcam. And let me see if I can get this set up. Hold on. I got it screwed in. And let's see if it will cut on. If not, I'm just gonna just talk. But I don't want to do it this way, man. I don't want to do it this way because this is just not what we are accustomed to, right? And of course, it's not working. Hold on, let me try one more thing. Hold on. I'm here. Huh. Is it gonna work? Okay, well, won't it cut off? Well, up. There I be. Hold on. Bam! We are back. But can't you guys see the difference in the color? Look at that. Oh my God, and I gotta turn the brightness back up. You see the difference in the picture? Man. Wow. So now I gotta cut the brightness back up. And I need to charge this camera, but I'll take care of that. What? Did it freeze again? What's going on? I told you guys, technology is something else, man. Hold on, did it freeze again? This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. Hold on. Let's see if it'll come back. Okay. Let's see if it's going to stay that way. Where was I, guys? Can anybody help me and let me know where? Look, it's frozen again. So look, forget it. What I'm actually going to do is we're just not going to have a camera tonight. You guys good with that? We're just not going to have a camera tonight. Unless I can get the other camera to cut back on its own. I don't think I can. So, oh well. And that's just how the cookie is gonna crumble tonight. As you can see, I'm stuck on the screen. Let me get rid of that. Boom. And we'll just chat it up. So I think we had another donation. You guys are hearing me move around. Just plug in my other camera back in really quick, and then we'll start talking. I thank y'all for being patient with me though, man. Y'all my ride or dies. I appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all hanging in there with me. Let me just screw this other camera back in so it can charge, and maybe it'll give us enough charge till before the show is over, I can come back and show my ugly mug. All right. But in the meantime, in between time, we had a donation. So let's get to it. Sorry for the inconvenience tonight. Let's see. Let's scroll back up. It was No 412. Round of applause. Appreciate the donation. His donation says, and I quote, GP made the craziest catch I've ever seen in person. Washington held his own on that guy. Okay, that's good to know. And see, Nobe is out there. Nobe is actually out there, guys. He's there. He's been posting a few clips on Twitter, so we appreciate you for that. There's another guy that I'm going to show that's been posting all kinds of clips on Twitter, who actually posted the George Pickens clip, and it looks like everybody has it now, but we'll show that here in a moment. And again, for anybody who's coming in and listening to the broadcast here tonight, it's an audio adventure. The camera went haywire on us, but hey, one bad apple doesn't spoil the bunch, so we're gonna keep it rolling. I just wanted to say that for you guys who might be new watching this video. Usually this is a visual as well as audio, so you just gotta excuse me for what happened here tonight. But let's go. I'm gonna just pull my topics here, and the first one I want to talk about, man, is definitely some roster moves, injuries as well. We'll talk about that. As far as injuries, we do know that DeMonte KZ currently is dealing with an ankle injury of sorts. I don't know how serious it is. And I think what I was saying, guys, before I got started back up, before the camera went out, is, definitely make sure you're tuned into people like, Steelers Depot and the Terrible podcast. They're doing special edition podcasts every night. I don't see that the one for today is up yet, but they've been posting daily updates about training camp. Most of you guys here know that. I would extremely encourage you to do that, as well as follow Nobe. Follow Nobe12, man. If he wants to put his information here in the chat in terms of his Twitter, follow him as well to get updates as far as what's going on. But I would encourage that. So I haven't had a chance to hear a full report as far as what has happened today outside of what we saw with George Pickens. But, it has been reported by them as well that KZ is out. We also know, unfortunately, Corey Trice. Apparently, Corey Trice was carted off the field. Apparently, it was a non-contact injury, and that is never good. That is never a good thing. Non-contact. Not good at all. Because, yeah, we all know what happens with non-contact injuries. A lot of times, it's just not good. It's just not good. It's no way around that. And Corey Trice, unfortunately, has a history of being injured. Again, this is the reason why he slipped in the draft. And, we all were kind of high on him in the rookie mini camp. So I'm hoping, man, that it's not anything significant. But, I got to be honest in saying, to be hopeful is probably wishful thinking, given his history. But we shall see. Also, running back Jason Huntley went down with an injury, I believe, a day or so ago. So the Steelers have made corresponding moves for that. They actually signed two running backs, Greg Bell and John Lovett. I'm not familiar with either one of those guys, but outside of the signing of two running backs, there was another surprise transaction that we must talk about. Okay, do you guys remember the undrafted free agent fullback by the name of Monty Pottebaum? Well, after 3 days of training camp, Monty Pottebaum decided to retire. Yes, you heard me correctly. He decided to retire. He's given up on football for now. Will that be forever? I don't know. But I find it interesting that he retires 3 days into his training camp and in his NFL career, and before the pads even come on. I'm not going to, talk bad or negatively about the kid. I don't know what went into that decision. Maybe he realized very early that football is not going to be his passion. I don't know, but it's what he decided to do. And it is what it is. Where I would thank him is that he's allowing the Steelers to see early, earlier than later. Great. At least now we know. And instead of finding out later, he did it earlier. The earlier, the better. So hats off to him. I wish him nothing but success. And like I said, I don't know what drove to that decision after 3 days. I feel like this. I was telling my wife yesterday when I got the news, and everybody's different, but I feel like I would have at least had to play at least one down in preseason. You know what I mean? At least one. You know, just to say I played in an NFL game. That's just me, right? But again, I don't know where this guy's passion lies. I don't know, what, again, brought on that decision. So I'm going to respect his decision and, not talk bad about the kid. But yeah, there you go. And outside of that, I mean, obviously we all should know now, another signing that the Pittsburgh Steelers were able to do, Quan Alexander. So Quan Alexander is finally in a Pittsburgh uniform. And the reason why I say finally is we all know that the Steelers brought him in, during the summer. And there was talks about him possibly signing with the Steelers. He did not, and now he's here. Very interesting. And because of that, Jared Williams, I believe, was released as well. Offensive lineman, probably a guy who had a long shot of making the team anyway, but they released him in order to sign Quan. And, I am very excited by the signing of Quan because, again, I'm not 100% sure or 100% confident on what our middle linebacker group is going to do, right? So the more the merrier. Get another veteran guy in there that likes to crack, has had a sustainable career in the NFL. He still likes to crack. He was saying he wished he could have put the pads on his first day. So I can't wait to hear how his day went. I'm pretty sure they did backs on backers today. So I can't wait to get that report. And yeah, excuse me. I cannot be upset at all about Quan Alexander. Like I said, I felt like the Steelers were kind of settling a little bit, going into this season without a known commodity. Now, I will be fair to the Steelers and say, hey, they did sign 2 free agents, right? And Elandon Roberts as well as Cole Holcomb. But I still felt like, and maybe you guys felt the same, that we're not 100% sure what these guys are going to do or bring to the table. And Holcomb coming off of an injury as well. He's been out there, so that's good. But I think all of us were kind of still looking at the inside linebacker position as one of the more weaker positions. And not necessarily because of those 2 guys, but again, Mark Robinson being in his second year, a guy that still needs to find his own way. We weren't quite sure what he was going to do, right? So, boom. Bringing in another guy who's going to compete, who, in my opinion, probably has a chance to be one of the starters. So this brings in solid competition, and I'm just happy that they're continuing to build depth on this squad. And, they're going to give it what they can give it this year and see what the Steelers can be. Let's see. What else I want to talk about? Let me double check, guys. Hold on. I know my main topic will be George Pickens. But let's see. Make sure I'm not missing anything. We talked about injuries, first day in pads. Who are we hearing about? Who are we hearing about the most out of these first few days? Again, I haven't gotten the report from good old Steelers Depot in regards to today. And again, Nobe is giving us some information here as well. But we haven't, at least myself, I haven't gotten a full report on what's going on so far. However, I would like to say the 2 guys that I'm hearing about the most seems like, and yeah, I'm hearing about more than one guy, or more than 2 guys, I would say. But these 2 guys, their names have perked up the most the first 3 days. I'm curious to see if their names also perk up after today, after padded practice. But that would be Anthony McFarland and Calvin Austin. Calvin Austin, the report is coming out that he's feist. We all know that he's feist. But the reason why I emphasize that is the fact that we know he came off of that injury, right? It sidelined him all season last year. So it's good to see him out there running around. It seems like he hasn't lost any of his wheels. Let's see if we can see this kid in a preseason game. I'm in favor of just putting him in shrink wrap and unleashing him in the preseason game. Okay, D-Mac says they heard that he dropped a couple. Okay. But yeah, Laura is saying Joy Porter needs to play slot corner. Slot corner for Joy Porter. I'm not sure about that. Because I don't recall, and some of you guys correct me, I don't recall Joy Porter, PZ Jr. really, logging in too many slot corner snaps in the in college. He's not a slot corner. And hello, Laura. Again, one of our female listeners. Hello, Miss Lady. How you doing tonight? Make sure I want to give you a proper hello. But this is a blanket statement that I'm going to say, Laura. This is not specific to you, but I think just, in general, as a lot of us as fans watch, football, I will always like to say not everybody really knows the minutia of, the details and of positions and things like that. There's nothing wrong with that. I say that to preface this comment. It's easy for us sometimes as fans to say, oh, this guy should be this guy should be that. But that's not always the case. It's not a seamless transition to just be a slot corner. Everybody can't do it. Sometimes the build might not lend to you being a slot corner, or, you might not be as twitchy, or, what I'm saying? It's a different skill set being in that slot than it is playing on the outside. Me personally, I do not think PZ Jr. is slot capable at the moment. I'm not saying he can't develop to that, but I do not think that is an area of his expertise. Not at all. And what's up, everybody who's coming in, maybe weren't here earlier, having some technical difficulties with the camera, which is the reason why you're not seeing me. I apologize for that. Hopefully we won't run into that situation next week. And I'm trying to see if I can get it back on at least for some of tonight's show. We'll see how that goes. Let me check the battery here as I say that. We might be back in business. Hold on. We might be back in business. Hold on. Let's see. Hold on, good people. Let's see. I think the battery is still weak, but hold on. Might be able to make it happen real quick. Let's see. Hold on. Gotta be quick, but I might be able to get us back on. USB streaming. Where is it? Here it is. All right, I'm gonna plug us back in. See if the battery holds up. All right, it is on. Let's see if the camera will actually work. Voila, magic. Voila, magic. Okay, there we go. I don't know how long it's going to stay. Hopefully for a while. But again, for you guys who were here early, you see the difference in the quality from this camera versus when I tried to go back to the webcam. Hopefully the battery will stay intact because, again, my computer is supposed to be charging it. So I'm here. Cheese. But yeah, again, what I was saying, Laura, PZ Jr. is not a slot corner. So I wouldn't want to see that unless that's something that they are trying to train him to do. But clearly they're not, because we're seeing him work out on the outside anyway, even right now and early in his career. So, and that's where he's going to be best suited. Where was I, guys? There was something else I wanted to talk about. So like I said, I'm hearing more about Calvin Austin, Anthony McFarland. We're hearing some things about PZ as well. I know some people are going to harp on him because, George Pickens, made a ridiculous catch on him, or, may have given up a catch or two. But guys, number one, listen, receivers are going to make plays, especially ones who are on the track of being elite. And also, you can't judge a player just by a play here, a play there. Every cornerback is going to get beat. It happens to the best of them. Even Deion Sanders gave up catches. So we can't continue to be, these type of fans where you see a play or two and now a guy sucks. Because I'm seeing it. Believe it or not, I'm seeing people saying that Joy Porter Jr. sucks because of that catch. And I'm like, Did you see the catch? So that is my final topic. Let's get to that. George Pickens. Let me tell y'all something, man. Y'all heard me say this last year. So I'm not new to this. You know, I'm true to this when it comes to my stance. Y'all heard me say last season, in the small dosage that we saw George Pickens, I said, this kid is one of the best pure catchers I have ever seen. And I explained what I meant. His catches are so clean. And I ain't even talking about that acrobatic catch today. And actually, I'm going to show it to you guys because I got the guy's Twitter. Bruh. It's so clean how he catches. Like, just think about some of them catches in the season where he's contorting his body and all that, and it's so effortless. It's like his hands are cotton. Soft. It's like he's never under duress. Even when he's making these ridiculous catches. Remember the catch he made in Cleveland? Come on, man. This dude is a problem. He is a serious problem. And if he continues to trend upward the way that he's already showing in training camp, dog, George Pickens about to be a serious problem out here. A serious problem. So if we can say that about him, that's why I'm saying stop beating up PZ Jr. because, he made this ridiculous catch against him. Look at his position. Joy Porter was right there. He was right there. I saw a play yesterday, and it might have been Nobe that posted it. Somebody posted it, but I saw a play yesterday where he was pretty much running almost step in step with Calvin Austin. Got into the play, broke the pass up. I'm hearing some good things from PZ Jr. I'm loving it, but don't look at a catch or something like that and automatically start saying, oh, this dude is trash. No, he's not. George Pickens is an elite talent. I'll say that already without saying he's an elite receiver because he's still got to, he's got to put up, he's got to continue to do it consistently, put up more numbers, yada, yada, yada. But I will say already, I can tell you that this dude's talent, just what he can physically do catching the football, is an elite talent. Is he going to be an elite receiver? TBD. But this boy is the truth. He's making these type of catches over and over and over and over again. And the only feedback I would give him, because I said this in that game, I want to say when we played the Colts, and shout outs to Ben Roethlisberger. Ben said it on his podcast, the episode when Marquise Pouncey was there. Remember that throw in the back of the end zone? And he tried to catch it with the one hand, and he couldn't quite bring it in. In that situation, if he tried it with two, he probably brings it in, and that's probably a touchdown. So that's the only thing. I just need him to get that. And I'm not saying he doesn't have it. We haven't seen him in a game setting yet. But I would just like to see him continue to, know when to make the safe catch. And instead of like the one-hander and things like that. But other than that, man, this guy, and hold on, I'm going to show y'all. I'm going to show y'all a couple things. Let me pull it up here. This guy, George Pickens, is, and again, like I said, y'all know this ain't no new bandwagon stuff from me. Y'all know I've been saying this last year. I've been talking about this dude like, yo, he got a chance to be one of them. Hold on, let me bring it up for y'all guys. Hold on. Let me make sure I got the right spelling of this guy's name. There he is. And I'm just going to show you some clips. The shout outs to, his name is Matthew Lucio. I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. So Matthew, if you happen to see this, man, my bad. His name is at LUCIOW. That's how you spell his last name. So it's at Lucio or Lucio 1992, Matthew Lucio. I hope I'm saying that correct. So I want to give him his credit. Like I said, this is not my stuff, but I'm going to give him his credit. Thank you for being out there and recording footage. Whether you're recording it or not, I don't know. You're posting it, so we appreciate it. So hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get it on the screen here. I'm gonna get it up on the screen, and we're gonna take a look. We're gonna take us a look-see. Hold on. Oh, hold on. I gotta put it above face cam here. All right, I mean, you guys don't really need to see me. So, yeah, let me just show it to you in real time, then I'll come back. But let's get to it. Look at some of these clips, man. First of all, that's the visual of the catch. My God. George Pickens is just ridiculous with it. There's George. Peasy with Ike. But this play here it is. Look at this. Oh, this isn't the play. But again, they were just talking about the connection of Pickens, Pickett to Pickens. And one thing I noticed here, I can't tell if this is zone. It looks like it might be man. I can't see the whole field, but looking at where everybody is at, and look, Patrick Peterson is not close. But again, I don't know what they were running. I'm not going to pretend to know because I wasn't out there. Look at this. Pickens versus Patrick Peterson. Look at Pickens. Jab step, gets to the outside, utilizes his speed. Boom. Adjust to the ball. Nice catch. Nice catch. Let's look at it again. Love it. And again, Pat Pete is 33 years old. I'm not expecting him to be able to run, man to man with any of the receivers on the roster. Let me just double check really quick. Are you guys able to see what I'm showing? Give me a quick thumbs up just to make sure. It looks like you are, but let me know, guys, before I continue. And again, shout outs to Matthew, man, for this footage. We really appreciate that. But somebody give me a virtual thumbs up so I know that you guys are seeing it. Should be, but again, technology be tripping. Come on, guys, give me the and I know, the stream is delayed a little bit, but yes, okay, great. Yeah, and I do see why Diggy said, Minka's out. What's going on with Minka? I know it's supposedly a personal thing, but yeah, let's keep our eyes on that. All right, let's keep it moving. Here it is. Here's Pickens to Porter. Well, excuse me, Pickens over Porter. Check this out. Look, Porter's in good position. Great position. That catch is just phenomenal. But I want y'all to look at this again. For all of you people out there saying, oh, Porter got cooked. No, he didn't. Look at him. He's in great position, being physical. And George just did a veteran move, even though he's only a 2-year player. Veteran move, man, a little push off to get back inside and located the football. And look at the catch. My God, look at Peasy. Peasy Jr. like, come on, what else I got to do? Look at this again. For everybody saying he got cooked. No, he did not. I love to see that physicality right there. He's in position. Pickens just made one heck of a play. Period. Now, I would like to know what Grady is telling him right here. So, all right, so let's look at it one more time. He tried to get his head around and he tried to do the best he could. I would love to know what Grady is telling him, though. Trying to read the body language. Probably just keeping him composed. But that was an outstanding play. I like, and that is Pickett, right? Let me see, number 8. Is that Pickett? Yeah, it looks like Pickett because I see the gloves on. I like seeing that, Pickett taking a chance, even though, guys, there ain't no real defense out there. But hopefully this leads to more one-on-ones and Pickett taking a shot and letting Pickens go get it. What a catch, man. What a catch. All right, and one more I think he has on here that I wanted to show you guys, man. Calvin Austin Let's see if I can find it. I think it was his video. Not this one. Not this one. It was another one with Calvin Austin, but look at Calvin's speed. There was one that somebody showed me earlier, but Calvin Austin just dusted James Pierre. I think Kenyon sent me that, and I think my cousin, Big Brother Floyd, sent it as well. So hold on, guys. Let me find that one. Let me find that one so y'all can see that, and then, that'll be that. Let me see whose page had that one. Oh, I think I might have sent it to Kenyon and them. Oh, my other man had that one. Shout outs to Baku. Baku. All right, let's see if we can find Baku. Let's see. He got some footage out there too. Yeah, here we go. All right, I want y'all to check this out, man. And again, this guy's name, as you see, his username is Baku, but it's at Missouri Sky 8895. Where is it? Where is the one Calvin Austin? Calvin Austin was flying. He's got a lot of footage here. I think it's this one. All right, watch this. Check it out. James Pierre. Woo! Look at that. What they say, speed kills. Look at this a few times. Oh my goodness. Remember, guys, James Pierre not slow. Woo-wee. That boy's out. He is scooting, as they would say. He is out. My goodness. Who threw that ball? See, I wish I knew who threw that pass, because that pass was on the money. But yeah, there we go. There we have it, guys. I'll go ahead and take this down for now. But yeah, man. Listen, some things to get excited about as far as our receiver group. Some things to get excited about as far as the potential that seems to be in play. Yep. So, all right, guys, let's go ahead and grab a call. Looks like we only got one in the queue. Let's grab that one, and then I'll get back to the chat, and, we can pretty much wrap things up. So, area code, this is a 4112. 4112. This is the 412. 412 is what I was trying to say, and I merged the two. Area code 412. What you got for us?
What's up, bro? Snow.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, I was telling people, like, that catch, like, how you hear people like chattering, and then like after the catch, a few minutes later, people still like whispering about it. Like, I never seen that, bro. Like, ever.
Yeah.
And I was watching that, so I wasn't focused on the backers on backers, but they said Darnell Washington 2 reps in a row against TJ, he won them.
Ooh.
So like that made me excited too. And the trice, they said it was non-contact, but somebody told me they fell on him because Quan made a big hit on number 16 Bird, and then I just seen Trice like he couldn't even walk, and he was holding his head when he was on the cart. Like, that body language, like, damn, it might be over, but I'm hoping it ain't. You know what I mean? But another thing, I seen Broderick Jones look real good. I want to see him in there with the ones a little bit more.
Mm-hmm.
But everybody looked good to me, for real. Like, and all the stuff is online, so a lot of that stuff was like real eye-opening. Like, and KZ, they said he good, just precautionary. That's all.
Okay, that's good.
But I'll have more soon.
Man, well, we definitely appreciate you, Note, man. Thanks for the call. And like I said, we appreciate you keeping us updated, man. We got one of ours out there, man. So I love it. I love it. And that's good context that you gave us about Trice potentially, because again, those of us that weren't there, it was reported that it was a non-contact, but if somebody fell on it, I actually prefer that. You know what I mean? Because then that might just be a tweak or something. It might not be a, we all know usually with non-contact injuries. I mean, look at Joe Burrow. Usually that is a bad sign. I mean, I know everybody, don't want to talk about Bush. I started to talk about Bush earlier when I said, I was about to say we haven't drafted an inside linebacker. Well, we tried, and he got injured, but his was non-contact as well. So, yeah, man, thanks for keeping us updated. As far as Darnell Washington, hey, he's a big boy, right? So again, I ain't taking nothing away from TJ. If he got TJ, but good. I'm glad to hear that Darnell Washington is showing himself. So that's what's up. That's what's up. It's not like it's gonna make me not like TJ. Yeah, man. But so appreciate that, man. Let's move on to the next call. We actually got 2 more, so we'll grab 2 more. We got somebody close to me, man. Area code 717. What you got for us?
Hey, same old, same old. What's going on with you?
Nothing much, man.
I just want to throw you a curveball. The running back market is crazy right now, and it just got me looking at the position because, my son plays football. I'm trying to steer him back towards wide receiver, but I think they're coming up next as far as, getting them late in the draft so they're not getting paid. But I was thinking the position just got to evolve. Quarterbacks evolved into running quarterbacks, tight ends evolved into more pass catchers. I think that the running backs are probably going to have to start specializing in special teams and just become more well-rounded. Otherwise, we might not never see another Najee Harris on our team, But that's all I got. I just want to throw that at you, see what you thought about it.
Man, that's an excellent point. And like you said, you're looking at it from a different standpoint, man, with your son playing ball. And it's like, I respect that as a father. My kid he'll be 10 in September. So I got a little ways, to go, but I respect it, because you're kind of looking out for his best interest, as far as, listen, we love these sports that we play, and those of us who play ball, but it's a business too. You know what I mean? And these guys risk their bodies and to some degree their lives. You think about close to home for us, Ryan Shazier. You think about, Damar Hamlin. You know what I mean? So we hate to think about those extremes, but that's why these guys got to get paid all positions. You think about a running back, man, they like battling rams. You know what I'm saying? They getting hit. And it's crazy how the market does shift based on quote unquote importance. And that's just the nature of the business. So yeah, I don't blame you, man, for it. But like you said, receivers could end up being in that same category, excuse me, pretty soon. You see all of these receivers that's coming out each and every year, and these guys that, they dime a dozen almost. So we'll see. Obviously, the premier positions nowadays still is quarterback, left tackle, edge rusher. That's where the money is at. So appreciate the call though. But yeah, I agree with you, man. I think it's kind of a dying breed, unfortunately, the Najee Harris types. And we just may not see that no more, or may not need it. And I know that's gonna piss some of Steeler Nation off, because now I know some of you guys are probably saying, see, this is why we shouldn't have drafted him in the first round. Yeah, I can't, I won't argue that point. Thanks for the call, man. All right, last call of the night, man. Area code 951. What you got for us?
Hey, what's up, Sim? Thanks for taking my call.
Yes, sir.
Just a real quick couple questions, man. With the way the linebacker core sits right now, especially in the middle, looks like they should be better against the run this year, hopefully, than they were last year. But as far as the passing situations and coverage, I know that I've heard some talks about Keanu O'Neal coming down, especially in some passing downs. But in that kind of dime look, who are you guys lining up next to Keanu O'Neal on that other linebacker position? That's all I got.
Ooh, man, that's a good question. So let's say dime or even sub. Like if you want to put one of the, Keanu O'Neal in as a sub backer, who you put beside him, I would probably say, this is just my gut feeling today. I would have to say Holcomb or Quan Alexander. And again, that's not a shot or a disrespect to Landon Roberts. I'm just not as familiar with Landon Roberts on passing downs, and I've seen Holcomb do it. I'm not going to say he's the best pass defender, nor is Quan, but I've seen him do it. So to me, I would want to have a guy like that could give you a little bit of coverage, but that can bring that heat. Like I said, I've seen Quan and Holcomb both do it. So that would probably be my choice. More than likely what the Steelers are going to do, if they're going to have a linebacker beside him, it's going to be whoever's wearing the green dot, I would expect. And that's probably going to end up being Cole Holcomb. But again, competition, man. Listen, Quan might come in here and win the job. He might be the lead guy. Who knows? But that's something to think about. I wonder what do you guys think in the chat, man, on that last question as we wrap up the phone calls. Who do you guys expect that to be? When we're in these sub-package situations and, if we choose to put Keanu Neal in those positions, who would you guys prefer to see play alongside him, as far as the inside linebackers that are currently on our roster? I know some people are also probably going to say Mark Robinson, but again, Mark Robinson is kind of green to the position, and Mark Robinson has shown himself to be a thumper more so than, a guy that's going to be out there and pass downs. Can he develop into that? Sure he can. I'm just speculating off of what I know now. Tony said the busser. Yeah, okay. Okay, so the busser he's talking about Mark Robinson. Nobe says Quan might be the guy. Yep. Because, Quan has been there, done that type of guy, as well as Cole Holcomb. But then it comes down to who do you think is the better athlete out of the two, right? So that's kind of who you're going to go with. Anybody else got any thoughts on that? Yeah, I heard that too, Nobe. That Nick Herbig is making a little bit of noise, in the second and third team. So that's good to hear that. All right. So most of you guys, only a couple of you responded to that. But yeah, I mean, it remains to be seen, who's going to end up in that position. Bettsburg says Quan. Okay. Okay. Rod says Keon, but I think he meant Quan. I think Rajon is saying Quan will beat out Roberts. Yep. Eric Walker says any Keanu Benton news. Haven't heard a lot of news about him. That's why, and by the way, just to to do a plug of the Still Table. Y'all know that's when me and Kenyon and Tony, of course, if Tony can make it, is when we in a conversation about what's currently going on with the Steelers. Me and Kenyon were gonna do that tonight, but I said, you know what? Maybe we should do it next week after there's been like a full week of padded practice, and we're gonna start hearing stuff now. So then we really will have some stuff to talk about, and that'll be right on the heels of our first preseason game. So that should be fun. Next Tuesday, Still Table. It's either going to be the three of us or the two of us, but we're going to chop it up and kind of give our thoughts on all of the news that we've heard, who's doing what, who's making noise. Unfortunately, if there's injuries, we'll talk about that. Anything that we're predicting, or let's say that we want to see out of the first preseason game. So we'll get into all of that. And yeah, that should be a fun show right there. But like I said, today was the first day in Pat. So again, make sure you listen to the Terrible Podcast, man, tonight. I'm sure they're going to post one tonight. They do it every night at training camp. They've done that for years to kind of get some more information and also pick Nobe's brain as well, man, to try to at least hear a little bit of information as far as what's going on out there. But other than that, man, somebody asked, and we can end with this, since we've kind of gone through the Steeler business. Did I see the fights? Y'all know I saw the fight. I saw the fight. I actually saw the fight with Tony. Tony came up to visit our father-in-law and Leonard, and we all watched it together with a couple more friends. And man, I did not expect that. I said from the beginning that, Spence, I thought would present a problem if Bud stood in and tried to bang with him. And I said that I felt like Crawford was the better boxer. So I said, you know, Spence would want to take that boxing away from him if he could and stay close to him, try to smother his punches. But if Bud was able to box, it wasn't going to be a contest. I felt that. I like both fighters a lot. I've been watching both of these guys since early on. Myself and Leonard, you know, I told you guys, Leonard is a Hall of Fame boxing trainer, by the way, in case y'all didn't know that, in the DC area. Like, he trained quite a few fighters that I'm sure you guys have seen fight. But I remember Leonard was also doing some local training up here. Had a couple guys that was pretty good too in the local area up here, you know, in between like York and Harrisburg and stuff like that. And I'll never forget, we saw Terrence Crawford's, I think it was like his third fight. We saw that live. He was an unknown guy then. And Leonard was dealing with some of his boxers at the time. And I asked him, I said, yo, who's that guy right there that had that fight? I said, that kid is pretty good. That boy can box. Who knew that he was going to end up being Terrence Bud Crawford? So, you know, I kind of had a connection to him once I realized he was the same guy. I've been watching him since then. So in my heart, I'm probably a bigger fan of Bud than Spence, but I really like Spence. But wow, I did not think it was going to be like that. And again, for you guys that don't know boxing as well, what Terrence Crawford did so well was coming out in a southpaw position. Because if you watch boxing, you know Bud is known for switching. He adjusts on the fly. He's a switch hitter. So most of the time he comes out in orthodox, then he'll go southpaw on you. But starting the fight from a southpaw position, genius, because it takes Spence's jab away. Like it allows him to see everything. And if you watch the fight, did you see how many times like Crawford was able to hit him with the straight right, which technically from a southpaw position, it was a jab, but this is his power hand. Did you see how many times he landed that straight right? And that's because he was from the southpaw position. It's now his lead hand, even though it's technically a jab from this stance. Beautiful boxing, man. And it was just, wow. But don't think for 1 minute that Spence is a bum. And again, that's what I was seeing a lot of people saying that don't know. Oh, why did he fight that guy? That guy's trash. Why was this such a big deal? Yeah, because Errol Spence destroys people too. It's just that he ran into an elite fighter. He ran up against an elite one. And that's what happens sometimes when a guy is just better at his craft or came in with a better game plan. So, hey, man, I'll look forward to some of the next fights that come up. I'm hearing Javante Davis and Teofimo Lopez. That's going to be one, too. Lopez is nice. That's an interesting fight right there. I'm just going to leave it at that. Then I think Jamel Charlo, is fighting Canelo. So we got a couple decent fights coming. But other than that, man, let me see. Anything else you guys got? And I'm gonna be interested to watch that boy Boots as well. I'm interested to see Boots rise. You know, his up and coming. You know, he's on the rise. I love Shakur Stevenson. That's another dude, man. Shakur is another guy I've watched since early on. You know, since like his Olympic trial. So, yeah. But what else y'all got? Anything else, man, Steeler related? If not, we can go ahead and wrap this thing up. And it's funny, like something that y'all don't know maybe about Tony and I. Football and boxing are our sports. And it's funny because me and my blood brother are the same way. You know, we've been watching boxing since knee high to a duck. You know, that's an old Southern slang, and it's so crazy because I had seen my father-in-law's, all of his fighters. So when I met him later in life, I was like, he looks familiar because I had seen him on TV in the corners, right? And then once we got to talking and I found out who he was, I said, man, I've watched all of your fighters. Like Y'all don't understand how much I watch boxing and how in tune I am to boxing, and football the same. Those are my sports. You know, I watch basketball too. I'm a Sixers fan, yeah, but I know football and boxing way more than I know the intricate details of basketball. You know, I know most stuff in basketball, but, you know, most of us do. We've all played ball and, you know, on the playground or whatever. We've played, but I don't know all that intricate details, you know, of basketball the way I know football and boxing. Those are my sports. But all right, man, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here right on time. As I have 30 seconds here, I'll go ahead and cut that off. Listen, man, y'all know the routine. If you haven't already, make sure you do this for me. Just hit that like button, man. Subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed, and turn on your notifications so you know when videos are up and running or I'm live streaming. And I want to thank y'all, man, for hanging in there with me tonight when we didn't have the visual, you know, the ugly mug. I appreciate y'all hanging in there, man, when we had some technical difficulties. So, like always, love you guys, man. Hope you guys have a great rest of the night. Stay tuned to Steeler News. Again, if there's anything important, I will be doing pre-recorded videos too, or maybe mini streams. But again, check out great sources like Steelers Depot, Terrible Podcast. They probably should be having one tonight. It might be already up. Make sure you check out people like I shouted out tonight. Matthew, is it Lucial? I think is his name. Baku, all these people. Nope. Anybody on Twitter that's giving that information, giving the video, so you can kind of see for yourself. But stay in tune, man. So people always ask me, how do I know so much about the team? This is why, because I'm invested in the off season. I'm invested in minicamp, rookie minicamp, training camp. I'm invested in preseason. That's why I can tell you the roster up and down, because this is how you do it. You know, this is how you become like more than just a fan, and stay in tune. So you know what's going on. You know what kind of questions to ask. You kind of know what to expect when the season happens, when you see a guy doing this and doing that. You understand? So, but all right, man, that's enough of my soapbox. Appreciate it. Like always, thank you for tuning in. God bless. Stay safe. And hey, I thank you for tuning in to Terrible Towel Tuesday. And I'll catch you pretty soon. Peace.